Right, workout. So Loch Fay was 3 mile. I would say it's 3 mile on it, not 4. That's quite a wee walk us here. Got to check what time it is. Just after almost 25 past 3. But that'll take us longer now because Luna can snuffy and all. So there's the house now. I must go back around and have another wee tour of it. I don't mind tenor like. Wee bulrushes in there. I'm trying to think, Luna, where was the bridge? So that there's a mill pond there, and a wee dam away further up, the water would come in. Them paddles was like a homemade job to try and probably get all the debris out of the water from blocking up the filters. The water run down there, and that was just to make the electricity. All these ice stupid fairy things. There's the bridge, we want to go over there now. I want to get to there, but so the power station's just down below us. But we'll do that when we come back. That's the power station beside us now. It was added on day. Well, we'll do the other trail now. I've done all that's recording before, so unless I see Bluebells and things, I'm not going to record the whole thing. But this bridge had railings on it originally. That's when it's just out bits of wood broken. I really should have railings on it. That was a big ballroom they built onto the house there. They had it on it, the very end extension, and they had like a big conservatory in front of it. I like the dancing back in them days. Well, we'll go out this way and she'll come back that way. My first time coming in here, I came down that lane. Do you know what, Luna? We'll go out this way here. Less chance of getting lost. When I first came down here the first time, I was a bit nervous. I was looking for the Lissan House, couldn't find it. I was sent to the wrong place. I seen a gate going into a forest, so I stopped at the gate to go into the forest. It took me onto a knob, it brought me here. And once I seen these plants, I knew we must be close to a big house. But I didn't know there was nobody living in the house. I thought the family was still in it. Didn't know it was empty. Didn't know if it was paid to get into. I didn't know, you don't want to come in the back end, it's not paying, and didn't know what the opening hours were. So I came down here and I sort of skipped past the house. And then later on I drove back in the entrance and I was saying, oh, there's no pay on display machine. I've changed my jacket now, wearing my wee autumn jacket. So this is better for Luna here instead of a lake. And this is better for you, pet. You can go off sideways and do snuffies and all. See around here the wee lane was all done with red bricks, nicely laid. Whole pair of red bricks, but like the Roman. We're just going to do the whole outside boundary. We can't get lost then. And hopefully we'll see a few bluebells. I often think old lanes like this. You know, these were built back in horse and couch days. People walking with bare feet. Wee Luna's enjoying herself anyway. But in all honesty, if I was back at home on Oakwood and all, Luna would have just as good a time, you know. Instead of all this travelling. I can see the time I've stopped this travelling. So much now on one doorstep. There's a few wee bluebells over there, but just not quite showing up well. Another couple of weeks, a wee bit early. It's very mucky this trail here. So this wee lane more or less ends here, goes to that field, and it's just a wee narrow path goes up here, probably a quad biker. So I imagine it's been the horses who've made this path. But there's been quad bikes on it now. Wasn't like this the last time I was here, it was just horses. But, why were they taking a quad bike up here? It's really messy now, isn't it? There's some trees that fell down or something, they had to take stuff up in the quad bike. It's not very easy to walk us here. Now it stops here. So why would they bring a quad bike up as far as here? Don't see no falling down trees. That's where they stopped, don't I? Maybe they realised they're destroying the path. Oh, the bike does go on up. You see the marks. Now we eating bluebells now. Believe it or not, the sun's actually too bright. The sun's too bright from the show up here. What kind of, is that a fly? I've seen a lot of bumblebees, the queen ones flying around out in the air. Good big things. I don't know when wee babies get born. They're flying around looking somewhere to put a nest. I prefer walks like this here rather than the lake. Don't like big wide gravel footpaths. Look at the bluebells here now, look. Yeah, now we carpet of bluebells there, boys. Not nice to eat bluebells. That's the nicest ones I've seen this year there. They go the whole way up that banking. It all depends what angle you look at them and how much sun they get and all the rest. If you're in the middle of that, they show up better in the distance. They don't show up too well in the distance, but the whole banking's covered in them. I'm thinking I want to get right down to the boundary today. Oh, you bluebells, look, whole pile of them, whole pile of them. So the camera doesn't show up the colours correctly. I'm supposed to go on this special software and edit all the colours. I haven't time for that. They're just dragging me out all these places. It's hard enough trying to make a normal video without learning the colours. So I think the first time I came in here, I came down this path. But we can go on down to the very end, because then to be stream and walk along. There's a few bluebells there, boys. That big bunch there. Oh, I didn't get a photograph. They pops among the bluebells. Very hybrid, isn't it? The other ones you would took the ball in. They grabbed the ball and then they looked at you and then you took your photograph. The whole place was covered in them. Both sides. People go on about Ireland, how green Ireland is. See, take that green field over there. As far as wildlife and all goes, that green field there is a desert. There's insecticides and everything else on it. If you're a wee creepy crawly, that's a desert. That's what nature should look like here. Nobody's come and planted these bluebells. It's just nature doing its own thing. Now the only thing that's not right, and that is, you see where you can walk between them trees. It would never been like that. That's because people always scavenge wood. And they're starting to restore forests now where you don't pick up the dead wood. And I think once they do that, once all the wood starts lying, you're not going to have the bluebells. They need the space. So the more natural a forest gets, it's going to wipe out the bluebells and stuff like that. It'd be good for creepy crawlies, like slaters and stuff. And these bluebells, they need, all these wee flowers, they need all their trees cleared. See that muck here down this way? What I think is special about a bluebell, I'm not 100% sure, but what I think the difference between a bluebell and a normal plant, and people say, oh, it's a bluebell, it's just a flower. A normal plant seeds can spread in the wind, and they can spread far, so one wee plant can spread really far. If you take them bluebells over there, and that bluebell over there, that can't go from there to there, can't do it. When it drops its wee seeds, it ain't going to go far, the seeds. So for the bluebells to go from there to there, it could probably be 100 years. But it's not going to go now because people are walking here and the muck and animals and all the rest. So it has to grow very, very slowly. So if you've got bluebells like that, you know they've been there for at least 300-400 years. It's not to say you plant trees over there in that field tomorrow and 10 years time it's going to be full of bluebells. If you plant the trees in that field, it's going to be 300 years before it gets looking like that. They slowly creep across, it's very slow. So the wee seeds, oh, somebody's camping here. The wee seeds just must more or less just drop with the front of the plant. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the idea behind it. That's why it's so slow growing. That's how you know, if you see bluebells, it's counted as an ancient woodland. An ancient woodland is only a few hundred years old. Bronze Age boys, they cut all the trees down, and then when the English came here, they planted a whole lot of trees because they needed trees for the Royal Navy. They needed trees for big buildings. So a lot of these woods go back 300-400 years behind the plantation. Before that, local people would just cut the trees down, plant the spuds. They're worried about feeding their family, they're not worried about the environment. And that wee path goes this way. Are we getting lost, Luna? Are we getting lost? Where's the actual boundary to this park? Is it the stream away down there? She's going to go through the muck. She's going to go through the muck. Watch this, quicksand, quicksand. No, it wasn't too deep. It wasn't too deep. We're stay heading up. No wee path here at all. We're going off our trail. You like it in here, Luna? You give me one round, don't you, pet? I've only ever seen the horses in here once. They had a show on one weekend. This is full of horses. We haven't come much further up that lane, and there's all the wee bluebells starting now. There's a wee bit of breeze blowing here. I have the foam off this camera because it's overheating. 0.94 miles. Shouldn't be a mile from the house. But we're sort of heading back towards the house this way. What wee bird's that, Luna? That's a funny wee bird. You know, call that bird. What kind of bird's that? We don't have them in our backyard. Ah. I was going to stop taping when we get that mile. Mile's coming up and look at the bluebells now. Getting to a nice spot now.
Total distance 1 mile. Total time 30 minutes and 13 seconds. Split pace 30 minutes 13 seconds per mile.
That's the sunlight that makes all the difference to the bluebells. Dark day, wet day, you don't really see them right. What's she after? Luna! That's a wee birdie. Luna, up, come on. Come on, no chasing wildlife. Come on now, pet. You need to go among the bluebells, take a wee photograph. Oh, a puppy down there. A puppy down there. It's just after 4 o'clock now. We've done almost 1.5 miles. That's the end of the lane over there. Still is lane like. It comes down here, just because of the shape of the muck and all. It comes down here then, and then it's going more like a path. Something goes wrong here. Like, you imagine if that was a lane going to the house originally. You think it closer to the house would be in better condition. I don't know what she's up there, she's trying to eat something or what, but she's hanging around there too long. Come on now, honey. You see, there was a ditch here at one time, and they just knocked the hole through the ditch. So it's hard to know where. You think the lane will continue on along the boundary, but you can't get around there, it's overgrown. But to me, I don't think the lane went here. I would say originally it went along the boundary. There's the boundary fence over here now, like, but I don't know. Actually, it is more like a lane here now, isn't it? It's wider again. I don't know. Time is taking its toll. Yeah, you hardly make a lane out there now. But we stand the sense that the lane would just follow the boundary like the rest of it. It wouldn't have turned off there. And maybe over the years trees fell down and people just made a new path. And other trees grew up, so that tree wouldn't have been there back when this was a lane. I don't know what the idea of having a chicken wire here. I've seen chicken wire on down as well. Do they have fins or something in here? Like horses and all come along this wee trail. If horses were here today, they'd be walking along this trail. I said, I've only ever seen them the once. There's a path goes out there now. Well, it's worth doing, you know. We'll have to come back in the same way. But it's nice. We'll go as far as the gate. See that wee bluebells out this way. That's would have been our entrance. This takes you that wee lane out here now. We're not on it yet. Once you cross this ditch we're on it. The wee lane out here would take you to Cookstown, it's called. 3 churches in it. There's not much of the town, there's nothing else there. Whenever you pass the churches, then you get more of the housing estates and a wee village further down. So I don't know if that's still Cookstown. This is the wee lane now, like, so if you were going to Lissan House now, Lissan House is down there, that would go straight to Cookstown. So if they were going to church on a Sunday, they would have travelled up this lane here. Well, do I see it now? Up a wee bit. It's a nice wee lane. I say there's not much you can do up here except to turn around and come back down. I'm trying to think what you call the oil company. Is it LCC? There's an oil company and their headquarters is up here in the middle of nowhere. They deliver petrol and diesel to petrol stations. Maybe LCC it's called. Red petrol tankers. And their headquarters is actually based up here. So I think the owner must have come from around with this originally. A bit like the boy Sean from County Fermanagh, Sean Quinn. He grew up in Fermanagh and he ended up opening up a whole lot of business in Fermanagh for local people. We had the glass works, the cement works, the insurance company. Has very few jobs in Fermanagh. And he had a whole big empire up around Fermanagh before he went bankrupt. Invested his money in AIB Bank, and AIB Bank collapsed when the banks went down. And then whilst we're getting beat up and everything over it. Death threats, so it's all going wrong. Like. Companies are still going, but under different names. Don't know about the insurance. Never hear of Quinn Insurance anymore. And all those buildings would have had a big queue on them. Quinn Insurance was a brick built. Won't go past here, Lena. Quinn Insurance was a brick built building, and then it had a big queue on it, built in the bricks. It's just like they would have done in the olden times, like. So that LCC boy down there is probably something similar. He has grew up here, and so he's kept his headquarters here. And the headquarters is a modern building you'd find in a big town centre rather than something stuck on the countryside. Smoked glass and all that. Lena! Come on this way again, pet. I thought the lane went up further than it does. So you're going up there now, up as far as the village. There's the houses over there now, like. Because you go up there, it takes you up to the wee church. So I'd imagine, it's the Church of Ireland Church is the first one you get to. So I'd imagine that's the one they went to. They put the church to suit them. And I get the wee horse and carriage up. There's a wee walk there that comes off this lane. I'm just thinking, where does this lane go now? Maybe this lane goes through there now, you know, the footpath. That's where you have to go. I'm just looking, originally the lane wouldn't have went down there, the lane would have straight on. But it's all Bluebells in here. There's the ditch there. I wonder whether, so we can't go straight down the old lane. What are the wee Bluebells in here, boys? I'm just thinking here, every time you get to these old houses, you always get all these shrubs. And when you get the shrubs, you know you're near an old property. And I think the reason why they had the shrubs is privacy. If them shrubs weren't there, we would see the house. The shrubs are evergreen. And that's probably why you always get them around these houses. They don't want the common folk gawking in. Lena! How you doing? Lena! Run! Ronnie! Put the lead on a wee minute. Oh, they might be nervous. They might be nervous. Aye, okay. Not ahead, Pep. Oh, look at the muck here, Lena. Look at the muck. Put the muck here too, now. That's someday, isn't it? I don't know what coat they put on. I had a big winter coat on this morning. I've changed this lower one. I missed the pockets with no coat. Come on now, Pep. Come on now. Oh, a bit mucky here, Lena. A bit mucky. Look at the muck here, boys. Look at the muck here. Doesn't mean it's been pissing the rain for months. It's only been dry 2 days. More fertiliser going on the grass. They spread the fertiliser and that grass then they fed the cows. And that's why Northern Ireland's water's all polluted. You got the fertiliser washes off into the water course, and then you got the cow shite that's destroying Loch Ness and washing up in Portrush Beach. And Northern Ireland, it's all full of these green fields. It's all they feed cows. You don't see the cows in the fields. Most of the cows now are stuck in barns all year round. You don't see pigs in the field, they're in houses. You don't see chickens, although you get some free range chickens. But the problem with free range chickens now, because of bird flu, you have to keep them in. So even free range chickens aren't free range. Hold on a minute. Wee pigs, you never get pigs out. Piles of pig sheds around the place, piles of chicken sheds, and now the cows are going the same. And they always, They always tell you that it's for a small farmer, it's cheaper for them to get a cow out in the field to eat rather than buy feed. You see these big farmers, they don't want the cows flattening the grass. Because they're so big, they can cut the grass down, get a high yield out of that grass. It's just a machine. Keep the cows in concrete. They would get 3 cuts of grass out of it in 1 year. May push for a 4th, but definitely get 3 cuts out of that grass. And well, if the cows was on it doing the natural thing, we wouldn't get as much yield out of it. The land's going to be beautiful Ireland, all 30 shades of green. Well, all produce. I say that's a desert. What good is that out there, the wildlife there? Not much wildlife out there, like. And what wildlife does manage to get in when the big combine harvesters come. And like, it's big combine harvesters cutting grass. Very expensive lawnmowers. The big combine harvesters designed for grain. Feed people. Ah, they have them here to cut grass. And see when they cut grass like that, you have about 10 tractors running back and forward up. It's a big, the combine harvesters don't stop. They load the tractor trailers up as they go. And it's not even local farmers doing it anymore, they get in contractors. So every time he's going to cut that, they get contractors that tear up and down the road like that, run you down, so they would. Run you down. These big, enormous tractors, designed to go fast on main roads, and they're flying on wee back roads 45 miles an hour, carrying big heavy tons of grass trailers on behind. Go all against the clock, get back again, get the next load, get back for the next load. And they half them, maybe 16-year-olds driving them, 14-year-olds. Lena, come on up here, you want a pet? I never noticed your wee dog. Very mucky. It's the worst muck I've seen in a couple of days. It's very sticky muck. But it's, you've been slopping. No. You've been slopping in it like.
I know.
Don't be shooting my boots. That's how bad it is. It's very sticky. Come on, Lena. Come on, don't annoy the wee puppy. See about the caravan now, I would go and have a rest, you know. Luna, she's going to be puffed out today. There's 2 miles done there anyway. Done 2 miles there. We're going to do this we'll take our time doing this wee walk, the wee garden walk. And then it's 4:30 now, like. 2 miles, 1 hour, 30 miles an hour, usual speed. We're down here now for the wee stream, and you can see how there's the powerhouse over there. You see how the powerhouse works. And people say, water's free, energy's free. It takes a lot of infrastructure to try and run a dynamo to power your house.